What's up guys, I'm Jarrid Lopez,
Felipe Valle,
and this is the second week of Trick Tip Series 2 with the Heelside
stand-up speed check.
Bounce to the funk, make it get bump, roll on. Bounce to the funk, make it get bump, roll on. Bounce to the funk, make it get bump, roll on. Bounce to the funk.
Alright, so for the Heelside stand-up check, there are going to be 5 steps. 1, the speed. 2, foot placement. 3, the pre-carve. 4, the slide. And 5, the recovery. So the first step is speed. Now for a Heelside check, you're going to need a little bit more speed than you need for a 180 stand-up slide. So you're going to need a lot more speed, about twice as much.
Okay, so for foot placement, pretty much you want 75% of your weight on the front foot and about 25 on the back. What this does, if you look down, you want your front weighted. I try to keep my foot over the bolts, but for people who don't, just try to keep your feet closer to the front. And you don't want to drop weight on your back foot. That's when you start gripping up and you'll start messing up slides. You want to keep some weight on so you get control, so you can flick it out too. But you want to definitely keep your heel kind of off the board. And if you come over here and look, my heel's kind of hanging off. That gives you some extra leverage. And I mean, I'm used to arches on my board. So
yeah,
definitely want to hang your heels off if you don't have too much concave or leverage.
The next step is the pre-carve. Now the pre-carve is pretty much the same thing as the question mark carve, except your question mark carve is going to be a lot bigger because you're going to be going a lot faster. So you need to take your carves weight a lot wider.
Initiating the slide and holding it. What you want to do when you come into a check, one thing is, if I'm facing you, if I'm coming down the road, you want to come in with the carve that Jarrid just explained. And once you're at the highest point of the carve and you're coming in, you want to bend your knees. So come down. You want to bend your knees and make sure they're bent, because if you're standing up, that's how you're going to high side. You're going to come in like that and high side and just go like that. So you want your knees to be bent. And at this very moment where you're about to turn in for the question mark carve, bend your knees and then slowly turn in. Right when you're turning in, push your back arm backwards and then put weight up your front foot and lean in, making sure that your front knee is bent more than the back. This will give you proper weight displacement. So pretty much you want to go from standing, going into the car, to being right here, bent knee, and then you want to be like this.
Alright, and the last step is the recovery. Once you're in the slide and you're up here, when you're up here, you're going to want to put your weight back on your back foot to bring it back in. And at the same time, you want to collapse back into your formation so it's easier to bring the board back and for you to go forward.
Okay, some troubles you might have with the Heelside stand-up check is you might high side, and either you're not bending your knees enough, or your toes are too far forward.
The funk, make it get bump, roll on. Bounce to the funk, make it get bump, roll on. Bounce to the funk, make it get bump, roll on.
And what helps fight against high siding, I like to, when I'm coming in for my carve, I like to come into the turn, into the carve, and feel the turn, feel my front foot lean in. So when you go into this, when you try to initiate these slides, you're more likely to ice out than the high side, which is better because you could just catch yourself. And slowly you'd want to work from icing out to grip holding yourself up. And I find that a better technique than high siding until you get it.
So this concludes the second week of Trick Tips, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit us up with an email or on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll get back to you, alright? Stay tuned for next week.